Hey Joe. Hey Eileen. Alright. Bit. Yeah. Wav. 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 Happy Saturday. I haven't even looked outside yet, so it's... Oh. Well, that's disappointing. No working on my tan today. Shamon! Yes! Joe. Look at the hair. It was that dark, she couldn't even go a normal blonde. She had to go blonde and brown look. Oh, different. Oh, look, still got that bit at the back though. Look, I've got different colours going on here, Joe. Yes, green! It's the hair! I have it. If you want to wash it now, like I said, I'm going to wash this now, Joe, for another... I'm still training the hair. Training the new hair. Impressed my hairdresser that I've been training my hair. Even she was like, what do you mean training hair? Like, I've never been washing it every day. Done. I've not washed it yet. You know, we do the first wash and you've got a lot shorter hair and suddenly it's just like, you feel like you're in a car wash because you put too much shampoo on and you're like this. Whoa! Forgot that I have no hair. What I do is I think what I do is create a flip book of Helen's hair through lockdown, through different screenshots of being on lives, and then just see it go like that. That'd be awesome. Hey, Nash. I mean, I can occupy myself for an entire day doing that, probably. Which is a worry, isn't it? What did you say? I made a montage of my hair through lockdown and its different development. The age of its development. Thank you, Nosh. Thank you very much. Back of my neck is still white. I said that yesterday. My hairdresser said, like, the amount of tan lines you've seen from hair. Apparently, I've got, like, a nice block that's about that big. It's like this white colour. That's the back of my neck. From not seeing the sunlight from lockdown hair. No more! Get up, burnt. I mean blended. Tan blend. How's everyone's Saturday, by the way? Hope it's a good one. Oh, Nazreen! Boom! Hey! Like when people join. 2 minutes, well, probably 1 minute actually at this point. 2 minutes. I'm going to get crack-a-lacking. Waves. What makes an athlete? Quite like this one. Really like them all. That's an... Yeah. Still have my cups of tea. Live on my tea. It's not barbecue weather either. Is anybody else upset by that? I thought there was a plan today. The plan got scuppered. It's nice at 5 o'clock this morning. I don't know where it went. Somebody robbed me day. Oh, Nazreen's got a 1-to-1. Damn, girl. Damn, that's it. I'm pretending to be Sarah, Nazreen. Do you like that? Did I sound just like her there? It was scary. It was like a Canadian in the room. Oh, what I forgot to do, look. Boom! Put indoor sunlight on, look at that. Indoor tanning. Right. Helen for You Fit Studio. That was a weird go time movement. Right, so what makes an athlete... now I'm going to go with in my head I'm like, surely this isn't a description of what an athlete is. In fair dues, actually, this is what it is. A person is trained or skilled in exercises, sports or games requiring strength, agility or stamina. And I was like, I'm not sure how much I agree or disagree with that definition. I was very confused. At firstly, I was initially like, nah, I disagree with this. This is Pete Tong. This is wrong. This doesn't make sense to me. Surely that's not an athlete is really, in quite a clinical way. A person is trained or skilled in exercises, sport or games requiring strength, agility or stamina. And I'm like, the thing is, the reason why I disagreed strongly off the bat was I was thinking, in my head, inside every single person, stick with me on this, there is an athlete. Right, so inside every single one of us right now, there is an Olympic level athlete just dying to get out there, right? And hold fire with me on this idea, because I've been thinking about it for some time actually, over different over the last few, I think I first started thinking about this around about April time. I think I literally remember where I was as well. I was walking somewhere nearby, down by this stream, and I was listening to an audiobook, and he kind of mentioned about athletes and training mentality of athletes and all the rest of it. And I thought, well, actually, thinking about the training mentality of an athlete, that's not like that far different from actually the people that I know and love and work with, right? Because actually some of these principles sit really strongly with how an athlete level approach to health and fitness applies to every single person, right? Not only because I actually think inside me as a child that was an athlete, I was going to get a medal and go to Olympics. Did anybody else think that as well? I might be a real, every time I watched the Olympics, like ski jumping, I was like, one day I will do that. Maybe it's just me. See with the rest of the day, because this is where I work with clients. I see this in a lot of people. Because actually, when you think about an athlete, although it says in this, right, so let's go back to the definition. A person that is trained or skilled in exercise, sport or games requiring strength, agility or stamina. I think strength, agility or stamina doesn't just apply to the physical sense if you're an athlete, it also applies to your mental ability as well. Being a great athlete is about pushing yourself mentally and physically to become better at something, or to train yourself with repeated actions to be better at a particular action. Do you see where I'm going with this? This is where I don't think it's too far-fetched to actually believe that there are inner athletes amongst all of us. It's all right, the dog's looking for a place to sit, and she wants to sit on my feet under the smallest table in the world. And she's the biggest dog, which is quite awkward. And now she's complaining, so I'm not left any space. It's very awkward. So, what does then? She's in. Everybody listens to what's going on. We're watching this like, why is there an earthquake inside Leicester? It's not. Kicked her out, she opened the door on her own. So what makes a great athlete, right? Great athletes have a great routine. Right. How many athletes do you know that roll out of bed, snooze alarm 7 times, don't know, pre-arrange their food, don't plan ahead for their nutrition, don't actually think about any part of their lives, right? They have a routine, they have a fixed routine, it's scheduled, right? They know when they're training, they know how to portion their food to get all the elements they want, right? They plan it all, it's like a master plan in their head, and when they're not sure about it, hey Kate, they get somebody to do it for them. So great athletes. So Kate, just to recap as you've joined, what I'm talking about inside every single one of us is a fantastic athlete, right? That's why I purely believe this. I do believe this, that inside everybody has it, right? Now, just to go back a stage actually before I get ahead of myself, why I think people come to us and they're not in that position is that they've either because they've physically changed, they've mentally let go of the belief system, they have that athletic ability within them. And actually as a coach, part of it, and we haven't talked about it for some time, and yet actually it's really true, part of being a coach is actually assisting somebody to see they have an inner athlete inside them, that they have the ability to hold all the key elements that an athlete has, right? So what I was just talking about, Kate, just to recap for you, was an athlete has a fantastic routine, right? They have a schedule, a training schedule, a food schedule. They know how to organise their life so that their health and their ability to get to the next level is always considered, right? And how often do a lot of our clients say, I feel quite selfish because I'm putting myself first? Athletes are described as being bloody minded sometimes. Equally, they're criticised for like they're so self-centred, etc., etc., etc. And yet they're the best of their game because of that reason. When I say to a client, like, when a client says to me, I feel guilty and putting myself first, I'm like, well, actually what you do is you look after yourself so you can be there for longer. So you can do more, be better. Is that not also principally, from an athletic point of view, how an athlete thinks? Yes, it is. They put themselves, their routine and their mindset first, right? So routine and mindset. What else do they do, right? They look after their food. Touched on a little bit. Athletes will go to people, get advice, understand how to fuel themselves. They'll know what food choices to make improved choices, so have more energy, their sleep is better, they can perform better in their chosen area of expertise. if a client comes to me and says, Helen, in a really bad way, I can't, I get up the stairs at work and I'm out of breath, or I'm just walking along the beach or walking up a hill on holiday and I'm out of breath, right? What we're looking to do, we're looking to create a means of helping them do their daily tasks. Athletes will look to improve their chosen profession of throwing, chucking, running, racing. As everyday athletes, we're looking to improve the way that we do our everyday life. We're looking to improve the way we lift things, carry things, walk up hills, walk between offices. We're looking to improve and get better at the physicality of things that we do, right? That's what we're looking to do. And we're looking to fuel ourselves with energy to do that. That helps us to do that. Where we can change our nutrition to make our digestion better, so we can fuel those everyday tasks the same as an athlete would fuel their tasks to run and jump faster or higher, or whatever it is, right? So we share the same characteristics, right? When it comes to food. Like talk to your coach, talk to one of us, and we're like, right, let's set this up, let's get a schedule. What's it like now? Let's make some changes. How does it work with you? Let's get you feeling good. Let's use some food choices here. Where would you like to change it? Right? We're there to support, fuel your nutrition to do your everyday tasks that you want to be successful at. Principally, that's the same belief system. What else? Again, touched on it already. Athletes look after other elements of their life that we take as a given, right? So what do athletes look after? They look after things like their sleep, right? Every athlete can't perform. Athletes can't perform if they've not recovered adequately, if they're not sleeping, if the sleep routine is disjointed. Athletes will look to maintain an equilibrium, look at me, between their day and night cycles, so they can be the best at what they do. Clients that come to us come with disturbed sleep because they let go of that premise, right? Let go of the importance of it. So we work to bring it back in, so they get the ability to recover and work faster. We make it a priority so they can perform better. Same as an athlete would. Every time they want to perform better, they recover better. How they recover better? Ensure their sleep is good, right? What else they do? Look at mental endurance. What do athletes do? Athletes have to do this all year round for a long time, if not most of their lives. They have to be consistent with it. They can't pick and choose it. They can't drop being brilliant at something and then come back to it later. Just as if you want to get a healthy lifestyle, you can't go, well, I'm going to do it for a month up till Christmas and I'll come back to it January, February. Oops, March. Athletes are doing what they're doing all year round because they're being consistent with their mental abilities. They're being consistent with their mindset. And what do we talk about loads? We talk about mindset and ability to do those things. Ability to change our mindset, to become sharper, more efficient, not better, more athletic, right? So still an athletic stream, right? If you want to lose weight and be successful health-wise long-term, then you have to be consistent. Look at your mindset. Said enough times, say it again. That's no different to an athlete. An athlete's got to be in the game for a long time. And if you want to be healthy long-term, so do you, right? True. See, it is, does it? It's not completely nuts, my thought process, is it? Please tell me it's not. And we'll get you all to choose your chosen athletic sport in a minute. What else do great athletes do? Again, say again. They train consistently, or whatever they do, go to the gym or do their chosen thing, and they do it again and again to get better. They don't just do it to tick a box, right? They do it and they push themselves. They get better. They get support to do it. They learn how to push themselves physically and mentally, right? They learn how to go harder, lift heavier, go faster every time they come back over the weeks, months and years. They do all the things to be more efficient in the time they put into the time they're putting into their training, so that they can become the athlete they want to be. Same as the clients that come to us, they'll be pushed by us. Imagine if we all trained you the same way you were on day one. You'd all love life, right? One set today, please. Yes, thank you very much. We'll just do a bit of band work today. Thanks for coming. See you later. Just stick on that yellow band. Thanks for your time. Oh, hell no. You all know that we will push you and you push yourselves, right? You push yourselves to train harder. train longer, do more sets, do more reps, do heavier weights. You do the harder exercises online. Push yourselves. Go for that 40 seconds with no break. Do the bonus rounds on Met. All the stuff, right? The same mindset stuff that athletes do when it comes to training. Yes, they imagine if an athlete, right, trained the same way every way they did from day dot when they were first started their sport, they wouldn't progress, right? And when it comes to do weight loss, same premise. It's that athletic mindset, right? I've got to keep pushing myself, keep going harder, like push myself to the limit, because there are no limits, right? This brilliant thing. Do you know what kicked this off in my head? I'm going to tell you. It's what's annoying is that on that walk, I can't remember what I was listening to, and it was about habits. I know for sure because it was around that time when I was talking about habits a lot. I did a lot of lives about habits, so it's one of those texts, and he talked about this client who's extremely successful at losing weight, and he asked her. He said, "What is it you did? What is it you did to lose so much weight?" And her response was along the lines of, and I don't quote me word for word, every time I thought about my habits I had at the moment, I challenged myself to create habits of an athlete. So I asked myself, if I was an athlete, would I choose to do this? So when I was faced with a flight of six flights of stairs or the lift, I'd ask myself, would an athlete use the lift or would an athlete take the stairs? Every time I was in front of food, all the food I'd like to binge and gorge myself on, I'd ask myself the question, would an athlete eat all of this or would an athlete eat some, if any? What would an athlete, if I was an athlete, what would I do? And when she applied that habit of asking herself, the habit wasn't what happened, the habit was asking herself the question. So every time she got into a situation where she was asking herself, is this something I want to do? Do I want to do this exercise? Do I want to do this food? She'd ask herself the question is, if I was an athlete, what would I choose to do? And she lost an extremely large amount of weight because she kept asking herself the same question in my head. It's been in there. It's been wearing its way in my head for months because of that. I wasn't sure how to get it across. And yet actually when you develop it all out, it's principally very, very true. I think the somewhat sad truth is that actually a lot of us let go of the inner athlete when we let go of our physical selves, when we put weight on, right? So for those clients who don't know, I ran county level 800 meters. Yeah, it was all right. I mean, I was quite athletic as a child. I was asked to go to try out for lots of different things, hockey, football, everything going. I was one of those. And I know certainly for me, I let go of that when I put weight on. I let go of the mindset, the attitude, the routine, the everything. I let go of it all because actually I let go of that person. That person was in shape. That person looked after herself. That person made choices that were for the athlete, right? In reality though, every single client, every single person still has that ability to have an athletic mindset, to have an athletic ability. And it's not the case of, right, I've let go of it because I let go of my physical self. There's no reason why I can't recapture that and become that person again or become that athlete again. Because what I do is like that, the woman in that, the book I was listening to in Life, I wish I could tell you which one it is, saying like, actually, if I was an athlete, would I make that choice? If this is it's the same thing as asking yourself the question, if that's the person I want to become, is this the choice or the habit that's going to support that or take me further away? If I want to become that athlete, if I want to feel the success of losing weight or being the best of my chosen parts of life, right, whether that's, as I said, to be able to do things that you do in life better, or to lose weight, or to sleep better, feel better, have more energy, are those things that support or take further away? Do I support the inner athlete that I want to become, I know exists, or do I re-cement or still continue to behave in the same ways that put me in this position where I have let go of that athlete? It's interesting though, right? Because I do genuinely believe that everyone has an inner athlete. I do genuinely believe it. And actually, as I said, it's to, and there are like the long-term clients that are with us, you do see that mentality so much stronger later down the line when they really, yes, Pooja, just I'll tell you now, Pooja, it wasn't me to cut it, because, you know, it wouldn't be looking like this. That's for damn sure. Back to the task in hand. What do I want to say now? Got distracted by the hair comment. Apologies. I'll recap now because it makes more sense. So what it was, let's go back to definition there, actually, while I think about it. So a person is trained or skilled in exercises, sports or games required strength, ability or stamina. Well, strength, ability or stamina can be applied to any element of psychology or a physical sense from anything in terms of what anyone wants to achieve in life, whether that's to have a gold medal around your neck or achieve your ultimate goal of feeling and looking great at a particular weight or size, right? It still applies because it's a skill. Is it a skill? Does it require strength? Yes, physically and mentally. Is it ability? Yeah. Skill. I love it. Give it skill. And stamina. Yes. Consistency, routine, longevity, right? The stamina to keep going, the stamina to keep going physically and mentally, right? All of it. And this is where when I read the definition, I wasn't sure if I agreed or disagreed with it, because it didn't seem to particularly make a huge amount of does it apply? Because in my head I was like, you know, I was listening to that audio and I'm not sure if the definition supports or not supports it. So why then? Why did I want to go into it? Because often when I meet clients, you can see how they've let go of that inner athlete in terms of their physicality. So they've let go of that mental ability, that athletic ability mentally, because physically they've also changed for where they may have been. Or even if there's been clients as well who've never even considered there's an inner athlete in there, and yet there is, because I went through it. So great athlete, right, has routine. What do you guys know you need to be successful in losing weight and being healthier? A routine. What do great athletes do? They fuel their body with fantastic nutrition that allows them to be successful in what? In their chosen arena, right? Whether that's chucking a javelin or running as fast as possible, right? Or being able to climb the stairs without getting out of breath. That is your chosen arena in life. So to fuel and look after yourself, right, and have a routine for all that stuff is fundamentally what we all need as our inner athletes, right? What else? To sleep better, to recover better. Mentally, what do athletes do? They challenge themselves much as physically, right? They look at the consistency, their ability to maintain their behaviours to become more successful even again, right? So what do they need to do? They need to be doing that as well, right? The same as we would need to do to support our inner athletes achieve what we want to achieve in life. Physically push themselves, right? Physically push themselves on a regular basis to work harder, to lift heavier, to go longer, right? What do you guys do when you work with this? It's not just us doing it. You participate. Your inner athlete comes out there. If we drag it out, or you kick it out, or you kick your own ass and do it, right? It still comes out. And I talked about the lady who lost a load of weight, and the question she asked herself was, if I was an athlete, what would I do? Right? If I was an athlete, would I choose to climb these stairs or take the lift? If I was an athlete, would I choose to eat this whole pizza or would I have a slice? If I was an athlete, would I go to the gym today or would I put it off till tomorrow? So the idea is you encourage, you support the inner athlete to come back out by reminding and acknowledging that through all this, like I was saying, there's an inner athlete in all of us. It's just supporting and understanding that what we can do is bring that out of us. And again, that's what I was saying. Like if you see clients are like 2-3 years in work with this, God, they are athletes. They really are. I mean, in every sense. And why? Because they keep then, even when they achieve their weight loss goal, they don't stop. They don't accept. An athlete doesn't get to a gold medal and go, oh, I'm done now. Thanks, cheers. Just gonna pop home now and sit down for a bit for the next 10 years. No. An athlete keeps going and keeps pushing the bar. You talk to any client that's been with us long term, because they are with us long term, it's not because they haven't lost weight and got what they wanted or got healthier. Then they set the bar higher in athletic sense, right? So don't accept a standard. They set the standard higher and then go with something bigger, right? Same thing, next gold medal. Yes, Kate. You worry, my friend. I'm going to set that bar for you. It's like this. It'll be this high, Kate. Keep going this high. Where is it? Is this high, Kate? So thank you for joining me. I just checking what's on Monday. Oh, this one's on time at the minute. Influence and judgment. Influence and judgment. Yeah, buddy. That'll be an interesting one on Monday. That's Monday at 5. Not anything on, please join me. In the meantime, have a fantastic weekend, whatever you guys get up to, and I'll see you later.